UN spokesman Gordon Weiss joins us on the phone now from Colombo. Thank you for joining us. Who do you think actually attacked this hospital?
Well, we don't know who's attacked the hospital. The cluster munitions didn't strike the hospital. They were in the vicinity of the hospital. But our staff have been dug down into bunkers for the past 18 hours under sustained artillery fire, which included cluster munitions this morning. We hold grave fears for the safety of these 15. It also includes 81 staff members who are dug into these bunkers. The hospital itself was evacuated sometime this morning. That means that the last remaining medical facility for seriously wounded civilians inside the Vanni pocket has been closed. And we know that there are hundreds of casualties and very heavy fighting going on inside the Vanni pocket.
Journalists like CNN's journalists on the ground there are struggling to get in because the government's not allowing anyone into that area. What sort of tally of casualties and fatalities has the UN got?
Well, we have got various tallies because it's very difficult to get clear information. It's very difficult to get clear information out of the pocket. What we get is snapshots. For example, yesterday from one sector of the Vanni pocket, we got a report of 52 people killed, 52 civilians killed and 80 wounded. So these are just snapshots. It's very difficult to come up with a total tally. We believe that the total casualties are well over 1,000 civilians.
And in terms of the fact that the hospital's been attacked, that's a major problem, isn't it? It's the last functioning hospital.
Well, yes. I mean, for a start, it's a clear breach of international humanitarian law, which protects hospitals, staff, and the wounded and sick. So whoever has breached international law is obviously, in trouble. One would hope. Nevertheless, our approaches to both sides didn't result in the shelling stopping. Quite the reverse. The fighting intensified to the point where the hospital had to be evacuated.
And when the government talks about the Tamil rebellion being almost crushed after 25 years, that doesn't seem to be the evidence of the sort of stories that you've got coming out of the region.
Well, I think that the government is on the verge of taking the pocket. I mean, they have the upper hand. They've surrounded the pocket with 50,000 troops. There are some thousands of LTT fighters stuck in the pocket. It's a very small area of land now. Now it was 300 square kilometres a week ago. It's now down to about 85 square kilometres, and you've got somewhere between 200,000 and 300,000 civilians trapped inside that pocket over which this fight is boiling. It's a lethal zone for civilians. We know ourselves that there have been hundreds of child casualties, including children as young as just some months old.
OK, thank you very much indeed for joining us, Gordon Weiss of the UN in Colombo.